Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, grasshoppers. A little bit of a late start for today's tournament. Better than yesterday when I overslept, didn't unlock the event, and barely made it to school on time. It looks as though we have 15 players in today's event. I am on the wrong end of the coin, but it gives everybody a chance to play me for 7 games. As in the Swiss system, we can only play 1 game against each opponent, so every game counts. You're going to play 7 different opponents, very much unlike an arena. Our cargo. And now for something completely irreverent. E4. Interesting. Should we play d4? Should we attempt to fix his permanent problem in the center? Let's see here. Tempted to play g4. Keep that knight completely off the hook. Ah, yes. Already creating problems for me. Already. Bishop to c5 check. Knight to e3. D takes c4. D takes c4. Bishop c5. This is a problem. It is indeed a problem. And he's got knight to d4 as well, picking up my bishop. Am I sacking the exchange already? You gads. Well, this is far less dangerous. We're gonna have to live with it. And can we leave that one on that square? Perhaps we can. Really? I see, said the blind man. Too difficult. My opponent was too good. The double fianchetto goes down in flames. Let's go back and take a look at what actually happened in that particular game. All right, so let's see. We had a small advantage, which we seized with g3. It grew to a slightly larger advantage with rook c1. And perhaps h3 was not the best move. I had something better. Just queen e2. Leaving the knight in the lurch on g4, not doing anything. Yes, queen e2, c5, rook fd1. Queen e2, knight h6, d4, knight f5, and this pawn would never be that weak.
No more.
Thanks for subscribing.
Now I go.
Now Nerds said.
Namaste. Thank you so much for the 17th month. No words. It is a pleasure having you, sir. How's the weather?
Pegasus Sway.
It's summertime for you, I believe.
Hi, all coffee time now.
I believe it's summertime for you. So I played h3, which sort of whizzes away a little bit of my advantage. And then I don't need to play f4 and weaken this pawn just yet. h4 makes complete sense.
Now Nerds said. The weather is nice, it's only spring, so not too hot yet.
h4, c5, knight g4, king h2, red1, red8. So a student asked me about getting rid of these duplicate lines, such as rook on c to d1. So I don't necessarily know. $512K memory. Let's give it 128. It's interesting. Let's watch this one. The F4 was a little bit too much. What? Oh no. How come we didn't take the queen? Ouch, ouch, ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Quite incredible that we didn't take the queen on 2 successive innings.
I don't know how the duplicate lines happen. It's weird. Think they said it was a stockfish issue.
I mean, admittedly, he's still down a knight.
Pegasus
yeah, I guess so.
Said. Now Erds 123. Today the weather is nice here too, but windy. Yesterday it was worse. Apparently some old hurricane from the USA.
Yeah, Hurricane Milton blew through the central part of Florida. I don't know how anyone fared, honestly, but it was pretty bad. So in this particular position, there was no saving the rook, I guess. Rook takes queen, king takes f7, but maybe rook takes g7, knight takes. Rook takes d6. Could have slowed them down a little bit. And he could have probably put up a little bit of a fight.
Now Erds said.
And we deserve the full point buy.
Old hurricane, how old was it?
How old was it? Milton sounded like a pretty old hurricane, that much is true. It did sound like an old hurricane. Ladies and gentlemen, Ron Ahay. Ron, I refunded your hats on request from the other day. I did not see it during the stream, so I was able to refund it at the end. We had MD Night 0 in the Society Billiards wildcard draw, which took place the night before last. That may or may not have counted for a stream every single day. Greenwich Mean Time. Let's check out the battle for board 1. Very unusual bishop here. Rather tragically placed queen. Rather tragically placed queen. It might be worth sacrificing a pawn. Yeah, this is looking a little awkward. Just a little awkward. Our predict-a-move is working well. This looks very awkward too. are experiencing some technical difficulties.
Pegasus Sway said, have you look at G4 D5 LG2 LX G4 C4 D4 BX B7 NX D7 Ga 8 X8 E5.
G4 D5, Bishop G2, Bishop takes G4. Oh! We're talking about the first moves of the game. G4, D5, Bishop G2, Bishop takes G4. C4, D4? I have not looked at it. Bishop takes B7, knight takes knight to D7 anyway. Bishop A8, Queen A8. And then E5 following for black because there is no pawn there. I believe the best move against G4 is C6 on the first move. But it is an interesting line that you suggest. So we're looking at
Pegasus Sway.
G4, D5, said, Bishop G2.
At 3 then E5.
D4, D4. Bishop takes, knight to D7, bishop takes A8, queen takes E8, F3, E5. Wow, what a line, Ron, what a line. I will get my students right on it. Great suggestion. With a clear pawn advantage for black despite the imbalances. Get the pawn center that we like. Looks pretty good. The Ron Hay variation? Or the Wahoo Chess Club variation? F3, E5 with the idea of bishop E7. I can't even imagine what white would play here. D3, bishop E7. H4. Rather sad to play knight on G to E8, but could be worthwhile. Definitely could be worthwhile. Let's check out FIDE Giannis, who did not take the queen last effort because he knew that he was lost in a heartbeat. He is back. You're only allowed one buy per tournament. In theory, the half-point buy should protect you from the full-point buy, but you certainly cannot receive 2 full-point buys in a tournament. So when all pairings have been legally made, that's the end of it. Alright, C4. Here we go. And we're off run. Although e6 and d5 are supposed to be ideal. I'm going to play the main line until I cannot. So against this line, knight to b3 is usually played to gain time on the bishop. We are going to continue developing our pieces and tagging pawns and influencing people. Really? What are we up to here? Yes. And now for something completely indifferent. Takes. But first, a word from our sponsor. Yes. I think we have to grab more space this way now. Queen to c2, knight to c3. Probably not as good as this. And now for something completely indifferent. That's interesting. We'll offer a begentled trade. And now for something completely different. Can I just keep offering him a trade? No. Obviously not. Can I play it that way? Oh no! Did not look at what he was threatening. Let's take a quick peek at that. God, what a totally winning game to lose. He had one threat. And he had no other threat. Rook to d8 or bishop d7. You got me good, Ron. Definitely proving once again that I am losing my games. Did I? Or should I not? Bishop to b4 doesn't really get me an advantage in any way, shape, or form. My opponent is playing pretty well. And now for something completely indifferent. Good. Double. And an unpleasant surprise. guess it all depends on where his queen moves to. Let's look at this game again. Namaste, Ron. Namaste. Please check out the fact that I'm going to Singapore, and chess coach Andres has already mentioned that he will be there, so hopefully we'll have a pint or two. Uh-oh. Let's check our VPN. 1 second. And we're back. Alright, so it seems as though there's a problem with one of my extensions. Aha! Manage extensions. Let's turn off all the Lichess extensions. They're getting me IP banned. It is in this particular one where I do like the Lichess opponent form. Prettier Lichess, Dmitry Lichess, Lichess clock color needs to go. Lichess time warning needs to go. We're going to remove the Lichess time warning. We're going to remove the Lichess clock color. And while we're at it, we might as well remove a couple of others that we're definitely not moving. Definitely not using anything that we're not using. Push Bullet is no longer supported by Chrome. It might be supported by Microsoft, so we'll check that. We don't really need the print-friendly Lichess. Or the Lichess tags. I never use that. I was planning on Queen A6 regardless, right? Castles. Then Bishop F4. Bishop takes D2. Knight to C4. King D1 or King C2. I had expected King to C2. And I was probably going to play exactly the same plan against both of those.
Darkblade said, "Are you muted, Sensei?"
Am I muted? I hope not. Namaste. Technically, I don't see that I'm muted. We could change the microphone, but I think it's a refresh. Is that a command? No, huh? Check it out. Hopefully we're not muted. Technically, I don't see that I'm muted. Properties.
Darkblade said, "Works now finally."
Alright, I'm putting it back. I am using a program from NVIDIA called NVIDIA Broadcast, which controls my audio and video. So therefore, I can only cross my fingers. It really bothers me that sometimes in the YouTube broadcast I am very blurry. I can't believe that our cargo got past me. Very annoying. Or Ron, for that matter.
Darkblade said, just wanted to say I'm on a crazy winning streak and one victory away from reaching 2000 blitz. I'm literally shaking.
The knight was trapped on that square, by the way. We needed to get our king closer while we could. Now they get to exchange off the last pawn, and our cargo should not be able to win this anymore. Or PG or Benitez. Nice. Nicely done, Darkblade. And you are winning every phase of the game, I imagine. Right? This is the only move. And now that the two have been separated, we need to just try to get our king a little bit closer. And obviously he should be trying to... Oh no, now his knight is trapped. Now the knight is officially trapped. No, rook to d7 was the fastest way to trap the knight. Wow. What? Black timeout. Oh, we're looking at it from the wrong side. Again. Our cargo survives again. PJ. Ay, ay. So against the King's Indian, d5 I felt is the best move for black. We're just going to support our center. And perhaps I've lost a little bit of time here. Takes.
Said, Sensei, I will devote my final game to you in hopes of reaching your strength even for 3 minutes.
Where are you headed, sir? Yes. He attacks my pawn, I attack his. Let's not let his bishop come out on the normal and natural diagonal. And now b4. Bishop takes c7. Let's pin him up. We're going to keep attacking. We're not going to help him centralize his knight. We learned our lesson about that the last time.
Pegasus Sway said, have noticed that playing too much bullet affects my game of 3-2. Unfortunately will continue tactics on chess base account better and more difficult positions instead.
More and better, yes indeed. I do wish to bother our opponent ever so slightly. And now we still have a back rank weakness to contend with. Really? Is there something I don't know about? That was an okay game. I don't know that I've played. I'm a little worried about my connection again.